Hi everybody, this is Arkady Frekhtman, and I wanted to tell you a story about one of my clients. So he texts me, and he's a young guy. He got into a truck crash where a truck crashed into him, and he tells me, look, I'm in a lot of pain. I can't work because, he works as a maintenance man in a building, does a lot of porter, janitorial. It's very physical. And he says, I can't work, so I need my case settled. And we know there's anywhere from $750,000 to $1 million of coverage on that box truck that slammed into him. And he says, like, let's get a settlement. It doesn't have to be the $1 million, but let's get something like right now. And so the issue with that is that you can't, as an attorney, you can't just like snap your fingers like a magician and just get money right away. Now, there are ways to, move the lever. And one of the best ways is probably to send what I call a settlement opportunity letter, where you tell them, look, my client has finished all his treatment. He just finished like literally a week ago, and he wants it like done right away, right? But you have to understand there's a process, there's a timeline. You file a lawsuit, there's an appearance by the defendant, there's a conference with the judge, there's an order to do depositions. You have to do the depositions. You also have to exchange documents. After that, it gets placed on a trial calendar. You wait on the trial calendar while you do settlement conferences, mediations, pre-trial conferences. Then you get a trial date, and only on that trial date is when they usually offer you the big money, like the $1 million. But to get to the trial date could take a year, could take 2 years. It's a process. It's the legal process, and I've done other videos about that where I talked about the litigation process. But clients want their money now. They're like, I finished my treatment. It's all out there. It's available. Why can't I get paid? And this case is in suit. We filed a lawsuit for him. We have had the preliminary conference. We have depositions scheduled, but they're scheduled in the next few weeks. We haven't even had his deposition or the defendant's deposition. So what are the ways to, pull the lever and kind of like make the defendant pay? Well, one of the ways is maybe to file a motion for summary judgment, because here he was stopped, the truck hit him in the rear, there's no question of liability. If we get judgment as a matter of law, well, now the insurance company has to pay 9% interest on top of whatever they would have had to pay anyway. So that's leverage, right? They might not want to pay 9% more. The other way is to send them a settlement letter and say, look, pay us, let's say, $500,000, and you have 30 days until like August 1st. And if you don't, then it's not going to be 500,000 anymore. It's going to be 1.5 million. And how can you even pay 1.5 million? Your entire policy is only 1 million. So then you're insured, this trucking company, your policyholder who's been paying you premiums every month, every year for the last, 3-4 years, your client is going to be on the hook for this. So you're not protecting their interests. And you have a duty of good faith and fair dealing to your own policyholder, to your insured. That's the entire premise of insurance, right? So you kind of and you expose all the conflicts of interest, because the defense lawyer is getting paid by the insurance company. The defense lawyer wants the case to go on longer so they can keep billing $500 an hour. The insurance company, well, they want to get rid of the case for as little as possible, but at the same time, they have millions of policyholders all over the country. They're getting all these premiums, and all that money is invested somewhere, some hedge fund maybe, and it's growing, and they're making like billions. Some of these companies are making like 70 billion in 1 year. So why would they want to give their money away? You see? So and then their insured is just like this trucking company, a small company, truck driver, trucking company. They're like, okay, I made a mistake. I rear-ended somebody. I don't want to go to court. I don't want to have to testify. And I definitely don't want to be hit for any kind of judgment where I have to pay out of my pocket. That's why I'm paying you. That's why I have auto and truck insurance, right? So you kind of expose that triangle of promise and all the conflicts of interest, because there's so many conflicts among those three entities: the insured, the defense lawyer, and the insurance company. But so what you do is you see if the insurance company will pay. And I told the client, look, I think I can push some buttons and I can get them to pay. So let's see. I'm going to send a letter on Monday. It's going to be due about August 1st, and I'll come back and I'll let you know what their top offer was. So far, there's no offer on the case as far as I know. There's no offer on it. So either we use this system to push some buttons, or if they say no, then we have to stick to our guns and say, look, but the client did have percutaneous discectomy surgery. he did have a lot of physical therapy. He's a young guy. You know, his job is now limited. He can't do the physical job that he's been doing. He's in a lot of pain. And so then we just have to do the discovery quickly, efficiently, file the motion for summary judgment, put it on the trial calendar, and then get more at trial. And we have to stick to our guns. But I think this is the best way to move these cases, because the other way, the old school way, would be what? To make a high demand, and then the insurance company will say, that's so high, why don't we drag you down and offer you like a little bit, like, you know, I don't know, 50,000. It's just not, it's not really beneficial towards anyone. So I hope this was helpful. Let us know what questions you have, and we're going to do another video maybe in August and let you know the reveal as to what happens, whether this insurance company pays fair value or responds to our settlement letter, or whether they say no, which, you know, is a possibility. And if they say no, then we're going to have to go to trial and get even more. Okay. Thank you so much, and all the best to you.